In this video, we'll be hunting a box of nickels. We'll be looking for anything older than 1960, including war nickels, buffaloes, or anything older. We'll also be looking for any foreigns, proofs, reserve varieties, or any other cool things we can find. There are no enders, but hopefully there'll be some finds in the rolls, so let's start the hunt, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. First roll, and we have our first find, and it's from the 30s. It's a 1939 out of Philly. It's a common year, and it's not the DDR, but still, the 30s nickel in the first roll is a great sign. Roll 3, and we have another nickel from 1939. Just like the other one, it's a Philly and not the DDR. Pretty crazy that both of our first finds have been 1939s. Next roll, and we have our first nickel from the 50s, and it is a 1957 out of Philly. Roll 6, and we have another 50s nickel. This one is a 1953 out of Denver. Just opened roll number 7, flattened out the roll, and I see the edge of a buffalo nickel. It's reverse facing, no mint mark. Don't think it's gonna have a date. Think we'll have to nick-a-date this one, but it's not in terrible shape besides the date being gone. We'll nick-a-date it and see what year it is. Just nick-a-dated the buffalo, and it's kind of hard to see, but to my surprise, it turned out to be a 1913 Variety 2 first year buffalo nickel. You know, it's a Variety 2 because the mound is flat and not raised, and there is no mint mark, Philadelphia. And if we put it under the scope, it's a little hard to see, but you can see that it's 1913. Kind of see the top of the 3 is flat, and then there's the couple loops below that, and I'm pretty sure that is a 1913 first year buffalo nickel, and that, even though we nick-a-dated it, is an awesome find. Same roll as that buffalo, and we have another 50s nickel, and this one is a 1955 Denver. Roll 10 had a few more nickels from the 50s, and they are a 1957, 1958, and 1959, all out of Denver. Roll 18, and we finally have our first nickel from the 40s, and it is a 1948 from Philly. Just opened roll 19, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a silver war nickel right there. And we do, and it has a Denver mint mark, and it is a 1943 Denver. That's actually the rarest war nickel. I'm pretty sure it's less than 20 million minted. So yeah, it's a great find. 35% war nickel found, along with a buffalo. This is a great box. Roll 21, and we have another find, and this one is a really nice 1949 out of Denver. Unfortunately, it's not the D/S, but still, that's a great find. Roll 24, and we have a couple more 50s nickels. A 1957 out of Denver, and a 1959 that's also from Denver. Roll 28, and we have the third one of the box. We have another 1939 out of Philly, not the DDR, but 3 30s nickels in a box is awesome. Roll 30, and we have a couple more finds. First, we have our 4th nickel from the 30s, and unlike all the others, it's a 1939 out of Philly, not the DDR. But 4 30s nickels in a box is kind of crazy. Then we have another 1959 out of Denver. Roll 31, and we have another 50s nickel. And this one is a beat up 1953 out of Denver. Roll 33, and we have a couple more 50s nickels. First we have a 1951 minted in Denver, and then we have a 1958 out of Denver as well. Next roll, and we have another nickel from the 50s. This one is a 1957 Denver. Roll 36, and we have another older Jefferson. This one is a 1941 out of Philly. Roll 42, another 50s nickel. This one is a 1954 Denver. Roll 44, yet another 50s nickel. This one is a red-colored 1953 Philadelphia. Last roll of the box gave us one last find, and it is a 1946 out of Philly. Now let's go on to the wrap-up. Nickel box has been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We ended up with only 9 S-mints, no foreigns, and no 2009s, which is kind of odd. Older Jeffersons, we did get 4 from the 30s, all 1939 Phillies, and then some 40s and 50s, including a really nice 1949 Denver. Then the finds of the box, near the beginning, we got this. We had to nicodate it, but it is a 1913 first-year Buffalo. It's a little hard to see, but with certain angles, you can kind of see it right here. It's a 1913 Philadelphia Type 2 first-year Buffalo nickel, which is an awesome find. And then we got a 1943 Denver 35% silver war nickel, and that is the rarest of the war nickels. So overall, this was an awesome box.